Aw, animals.
Sushi restaurant butchered for posting video of how it's made. Are you a fan of sushi? How about sashimi? Yummy! If you are, then it couldn't hurt to know how your favorite Japanese dish is made. Well, couldn't hurt you, that is. This turbot fish, on the other hand, the technique being employed by this highly trained chef involves paralyzing the fish to maintain its quality as food for longer. Umezushi restaurant calls theirs a cheat version of the traditional Japanese method known as ikejime. The first cut disconnects the spine and blood vessels between the body and the brain. Next, the tail is chopped off to allow the blood to drain out. The second cut opens things up to insert a thin metal spike into its body, which is carefully aimed at piercing the hindbrain of the fish, located just above the eye. This step is the finishing blow, killing the animal. You might notice the fish is still flapping around as it's being stabbed, but Umezushi assures us that's just random firing of signals from the nerve system, post-mortem. The restaurant claims the method stops signal transmission to the muscles, delaying rigor mortis from setting in to maintain a soft texture. Though the method is widely considered to be the fastest, most humane way to kill the fish, many sushi lovers couldn't stomach seeing a poor fishy get gutted so swiftly, condemning the restaurant for subjecting them to such horror. Facebook user Annie Carter posts, "Will never eat sushi again if this is the way they prepare it and guaranteed not to visit this restaurant." Okay. User Tom Booth posts, "Guys, don't be showing this. Yes, the fish is fresh, but some people just don't want to see that. Wonder why?" And user Wesley Ryan Neal takes the cake, posting, "Found that quite distressing. I love Umezushi, but not sure you should really promote your Facebook in this way." Though bothered by the visual, Wesley goes on to say, "Excited to visit your restaurant again next Friday. Make sure you have plenty of eel in." Smiley face. There's something a little fishy about all the logic here. If you're okay with eating the dish, what's so distressing about understanding how your meal is prepared? You're not even doing the killing. Could it be that witnessing life being stripped away from a living creature forces you to consider the pain and suffering it must go through for you to treat your taste buds? Or are you just squeamish when it comes to seeing blood drain out of a live animal? If watching the butchering of this fish is too much for you, just for a second, try to consider what that fish must be going through. If you're fine with that, by all means, sushi onwards. But if you're not, well, maybe that says something,
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
In the mood for more tales of sushi? Coming right up!
Naked sushi restaurant in Vancouver sparks controversy. This is nyotai mori. A naked model is used as a sushi platter while customers eat sushi from the model's body. A nyotai mori restaurant in Canada called Naked Sushi has caused controversy since its grand opening in July. According to the restaurant's website, Naked Sushi creates an atmosphere of traditional Japanese elegance that will render your evening unforgettable. But the restaurant also has a couple of rules. Customers are not allowed to speak to the models. Body contact is also forbidden. Local media reported that nyotai mori is a Japanese tradition when Canadian feminist groups staged a protest against the Vancouver restaurant in September, saying it is a form of sexual objectification and is unhygienic. After news about Naked Sushi was spread in Japan via the internet, Japanese netizens denied nyotai mori was the Japanese tradition. What do you think about nyotai mori? Is it delicious or disgusting? Let us know in the comments.
Is surrogacy the solution to a steady supply of bluefin tuna? Japanese scientists are developing a new biotechnology method that uses mackerel as surrogates for bluefin tuna in a bid to save the species from extinction. Considered a delicacy in Japanese cuisine, global supplies of bluefin tuna have been dwindling, prompting the International Union for Conservation of Nature to put the fish onto its red list. The first step of the procedure involves extracting reproductive stem cells from bluefin tuna. Researchers at Tokyo University of Marine Science and Technology then use minute needles to inject the cells into mackerel fry. Under the right conditions, the stem cells travel to the testes and ovaries of the mackerel. Scientists are now waiting to see whether the mature mackerel will spawn bluefin tuna eggs. The team has already successfully produced a batch of tiger pufferfish, another endangered species, using smaller grass pufferfish as a surrogate.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
Knife-wielding sushi chef foils robbery attempt. If you're gonna bring a gun to a knife fight with the sushi chef, you'd better make sure it's a real gun. 23-year-old Clayton Dial found that out the hard way when he tried to knock off the Kamakura Japanese restaurant in Champaign, Illinois, where sushi chef Tetsui Miwa was on duty. After Dial pulled out what looked like a pistol and demanded money from the terrified 17-year-old hostess, Miwa sprang into action. He grabbed Dial by the shoulder and asked him what he wanted. Dial saw the blade and got scared. Miwa and two coworkers gave chase, not knowing Dial's gun wasn't real. They caught up with Dial outside. Miwa really didn't want to use his knife because it was expensive, but Dial probably didn't know that. The trio got Dial in a chokehold and managed to make him drop his gun. Dial was able to escape to a getaway car while a white van, driven by his girlfriend, 23-year-old Kelsey Caballero, was seen leaving the scene. Both Dial and Caballero were later taken into custody. Police said Dial admitted to them that he had a drug problem and he was robbing the store to pay a debt.